You know that feeling when you're just stuck? Like you're in a loop, running through the same habits, the same emotional reactions, the same thoughts day in and day out? Well, today, we're going to unlock an ancient framework that's designed to help you see the very patterns that trap you, and more importantly, show you the way out.
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start by really getting into that feeling of being trapped. Then, we'll introduce this amazing 5-part analysis from ancient wisdom. We'll break down the whole dynamic of allure versus danger, and then look at the natural life cycle of our experiences. And finally, we'll see how this all leads to a real path of escape and becomes a practical tool you can use for your own freedom.
Okay, first up, what does it really mean to be trapped by experience? Let's get right to the heart of this feeling, because I think it's something we've all felt.
I mean, really think about it for a second. It could be that one relationship dynamic that just keeps happening over and over. Or maybe it's that late-night scrolling that you know just makes you anxious, but you just can't seem to put the phone down. Or that little spiral of worry that starts with one tiny thought and suddenly takes over your entire day. It's like being on a hamster wheel, right? You're running and running, but you're not actually going anywhere.
You know, this isn't some new, modern problem. This exact feeling is described perfectly in ancient texts. They use words like being ensnared, infatuated, or gripped by our experiences. We get so zoomed in on the immediate feeling, the pleasure, the anger, the fear, that we become totally blind to the bigger picture. We completely miss all the exit signs.
So how do we get off the wheel? Well, this ancient wisdom offers a really methodical way to understand and break these loops. And what's so fascinating is that it's not about just gritting your teeth and using willpower, it's about developing crystal clear sight.
The ultimate goal we're aiming for actually has a name: Nissaraṇa. It's a word from the ancient Pali language, and it means escape, deliverance, or, simply a way out. But here's the thing. You can't escape a trap until you understand exactly how it works. And to do that, you need a very specific set of keys. And here it is, the complete toolkit. This 5-step analysis is found all throughout these ancient texts, and it's a method for deconstructing any experience that has a hold on you. Just think of it like a diagnostic process for your own mind, something that allows you to gain a true, liberating insight. We're going to start with the first 2 keys, because they really get at the fundamental push and pull dynamic that keeps us stuck in the first place, this constant battle between the allure and the danger. So, here we see the 2 sides of the exact same coin. Asada is the gratification. It's the sweet part. It's that little dopamine hit from a social media like, or the immediate comfort of an old habit, or the rush you get from proving you're right in an argument. That's what hooks us. But every single hook comes with the audienava, the danger, the hidden cost. That's the feeling of emptiness after you've been scrolling for an hour, the regret that follows the habit, the broken connection after the argument is won. We get trapped because we're always chasing the sweetness while trying our best to ignore the sting.
But just seeing the good and the bad, well, that isn't quite enough. To truly break free, we have to understand the fundamental nature of the experience itself, and that brings us to our next 2 keys, the arising and the fading of absolutely everything.
I want you to think about the entire life cycle of any feeling. Saṃyutta is its origin. It pops up because of certain causes and conditions. It peaks, and then atangama, it ceases. It just fades away. That flash of anger that feels all-consuming, it will pass. That intense joy you wish could last forever, it will change. When we can really see this impersonal, natural flow, we just stop clinging so tightly. We stop letting ourselves get tossed around by what are basically just temporary weather patterns in our own minds. Okay, so we've seen the allure and the danger. We understand that everything that arises eventually passes away. Armed with this clear-eyed perspective, we can finally turn the 5th and final key, the escape itself. And this right here, gets to such a crucial point. The escape isn't about running away to a different place. It's not some physical destination. As this ancient quote shows us, the escape, the Nissaraṇa, is an internal shift. It's a change in our relationship to the experience. It's the abandoning of the craving, the letting go of that obsessive grip that caused the whole problem in the first place. And this isn't just some passive theory. It is an active practice. The escape from ill will isn't just not feeling it. It's the active cultivation of its beautiful opposite, loving kindness. The escape from cruelty is the intentional practice of compassion. The escape from obsessive desire is finding that balanced, spacious mind of equanimity. So the escape is actually a wholesome replacement, a skillful turning of the mind toward real freedom.
Okay, so how do we wrap all this up?
Let's take this incredibly powerful framework and turn it into a practical tool that you can use anytime you feel that familiar sensation of being stuck.
Here is the entire process in a nutshell. Take any pattern you feel caught in. First, be radically honest about the gratification. What pleasure or comfort are you really getting out of this? Then, with that same clarity, acknowledge the danger, the downside. Next, just step back and observe its impersonal nature. Watch it arise, peak, and pass away without getting swept up in the story. And finally, from that place of wisdom, you can truly find the escape, the letting go, the turning towards a more wholesome way of being.
So there you have it. This isn't just some dusty ancient philosophy, it's a profound psychological map for navigating your own mind, a complete diagnostic tool for finding freedom. You now hold all 5 keys in your hand. So the only question left is, what lock will you choose to open first?